beginner photographers who actually want to learn how to shoot manual, this is the video for you, especially. So if you've got like an older camera that is the 1300D, like one of the DSLRs and stuff like that, it's actually where you learn how to where you actually get to shoot manual is actually right here in this circle thing here. You've actually also got aperture priority and shutter priority, which are not other things that you can learn about. But I think you should probably learn about how to shoot manual properly. But beforehand, if you have been shooting auto mode beforehand, I do recommend to go towards manual, as you get full control of the camera, you get to learn what affects what, and so with that I'm actually going to show you of how shutter speed affects your photos, how ISO affects it, and also aperture as well. As I was actually taking photos with this of a snail on which is right next to me, and so yeah, hope you guys do enjoy it, and yeah, I'll be talking through as well. So shutter speed actually affects your photos by using slow and fast. So at the first one we're actually doing slow shutter speed. So with this snail, I'm actually dragging it across towards my left, and I'm dragging across towards the right, and I actually have like a panning shot sort of thing, because the movement of the thing is way too fast for the camera to actually capture, and so that creates a blurry effect. Whereas with fast shutter speed, it actually captures it perfectly, depending on the shutter speed you have, of course. So if you're going from 1000 to 1f to 15, or either to 1f to 500, and so depending on those two, the 1f to 15 is slower, and 1f to 500 is faster. And so with that, it actually captures it perfectly. So this can be very perfect for sports photography, concert photography, street photography, and long exposures, of course. So with long exposures, you actually have to use slower shutter speed, sorry. And so with the aperture, it actually captures a lot more light in if you go lower. And so that creates a more shallow depth of field, whereas the focus is actually a bit more shorter. And if you go for the higher aperture, it actually captures the whole entire thing. Like it focuses more on everything else. But it will darken your photo, of course, because it's actually closing off the camera's light, of course. And so with that, it can be I think using lower aperture is very important, because it actually captures all light in, depending on time of day you're in, and all sorts. And so with ISO, you tend to use that for your concert photography, your nighttime photos, and stuff like that, literally. And yeah, literally using that ISO, it tends to go a bit more brighter, and also create a bit more noise, which can be an issue depending on what type of photos you are shooting as well. And so with ISO, it creates a lot more noise, and so with that you can actually denoise this by using Lightroom's new denoise section as well. So but it will turn to a PNG. I'm not too sure of how it works, because I've tested out once, but I didn't really see much effect, because the photo I was using didn't really have much noise. So but I definitely recommend testing it out, as it will it will do it perfectly. And so that is basically all the three in terms of basic knowledge, but you can search these up and research all of these, as they are very important to use, especially as a photographer or videographer or anything like that. So yeah, that is how to actually use manual into your own camera. And so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.